In my previous video of the same ilk, I checked to see if Windows 8 would work with the Kaby Lake processor, the 7700K that I have on my test bench right now. Today's video is going to be a similar idea, but a bit more expansive, checking to see if it works with Windows 7, Windows Vista, and Windows XP. I know many people don't use Vista, but I'm just going to check it anyways. So we're going to have everything put up on this beautiful screen right here, and I'm going to boot into trying to make everything work. And I'm going to go ahead and install all of these operating systems on an SSD to see how everything functions. I have most of the drivers that I was able to download for Windows 7 on this flash drive right here. Unfortunately, with a lot of the things that are coming along with Kaby Lake and the Z270 motherboard, they had no specific drivers for Windows XP. So we're going to see how this goes all together because several things might not be supported, but we're going to try it anyways. This is going to be an exercise in seeing if it works. So primarily what I'm going to be checking out is to see if the processor runs at full speed with things like Cinebench. I'm also going to be checking it out with games like Hitman. I'm going to see if the Intel HD 630 runs properly, and then I'm also going to use this Zotac GTX 1080 to see if it runs the same as it would on Windows 10. So with that, without further ado, let's boot into the first one. All right, up first, as we load into the BIOS, is going to be Windows 7. Just need to find the correct boot device. Here we go. Windows is loading files. So what's already on this SSD is the previous Windows 8 that I did for the other video, which you can check out right there, I believe, is the correct corner. Starting Windows. Is it starting Windows or are you loading? Okay, no, that's the Windows 7 load. There we go. Here we go. Yeah. Off to a good start. A required CD/DV drive device driver is missing. Why? If the Windows installation is in the CD, okay. No device drivers were found. What kind of drivers do you need? What am I looking for? You need a CD driver. Is that what it was saying? Let's see what I can do. Oh, internet. What drivers am I looking for here? Plan B is to go ahead and try Vista while I re-attempt to create a new storage medium for Windows 7. Okay, this should be Vista. Let's get you in there. USB 2, so we don't have any troubles with USB 3 stuff. Okay, it's loading, good thing. And then Windows Vista, we have a cursor. Why are you doing this to me? What the heck? Nothing's coming up. Maybe reboot one more time into it, see what happens. Just keep in mind, this is a live demonstration video, so whatever I'm doing isn't going to be edited to make it look like I did this seamlessly, but rather the idea is to give you an experience of what you might go through if you're as uncoordinated as I am trying to install this. Now, will you give me anything besides the cursor is the question. Oh, cursor flashed and disappeared. Yes! Okay, rebooting worked. Next. Install now. Yes, please don't give me that driver's. Ah, you did, okay. Now we'll be to try Windows XP while I wait for Vista and 7 to be redone in possibly the correct format is the idea. Out goes Vista, in goes XP. This is not at all how I thought the video would go. Okay, boot into the flash. File could not start because the file is missing hal.dll. Please reinstall. Okay, I have apparently failed at everything. At least the good thing is I know it's end user error at this point and I haven't run into a roadblock with the actual installation of Windows. XP out of there, put 7 in, start this baby up. Need to get Vista going in the meantime. Yes. Let's try Windows 7 one more time. UEFI. You're still doing this to me. Gosh dang it. Okay, let's see if it works that way. Any key. I pressed that key. Where's the any key? There doesn't seem to be any key. I see ESC, Control, and Pig Up. Except for it says page up. So, you're gonna work? Okay, we got this far last time, and now the mouse isn't working. Use the keyboard. Please? No, why are you doing that to me? Okay. Crap baskets. All right, I need to unplug the mouse. Try that again. Now the mouse isn't working. What the heck? Why'd the mouse no worky? Okay. This isn't right. Okay, so next option might be to try a different USB slot, which I don't think is necessarily going to work. Or alternatively, one thing I didn't think about was I can try it from Windows 8. Now you're not even going past BIOS. Come on, guy. Nothing but problems so far. Go into the BIOS. Be a champ. Go into the BIOS. You're not even going into the BIOS now. Okay, let's give her a breather. Let everything die. Everything shut down. Now, so I'm just gonna try one more time to get Windows 7 to boot. It's probably gonna tell me the same thing with the drivers. If it does, I'm gonna go to Windows 8 and try to load into Windows 7 from there because this doesn't seem to be working out at all. Although I'm not sure what difference it would actually make to try to do it from Windows 8. The mouse still isn't working, which sucks. Okay, now try from Windows 8 to go into Windows 7. Yeah, as you can see on the other USB stick, I have all of the drivers and applications that I think I would need to test things out, okay? So now that driver should be on there. Yes. Now it's time to install. If you yell at me about those USB drivers, I'm gonna be upset. Don't do that. 64-bit. Yebo. Custom. I want to, why is F on here? Live videos never go the way you think they're gonna go. And this isn't even live, I'm gonna edit it after the fact. But this is supposed to be how you guys will experience it. So if you have Windows 8 and you wanna roll back to Windows 7, here you go. Okay, automatically chose that for me. I didn't get an option, but there's Windows 7. Okay, good. Good. Okay, mouse is working. Good signs, good things, good things. Good things. Rolling back isn't necessarily helpful for everybody. Like, some people need to do just a fresh, clean install, which... Completing installation. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. It's not moving. The dot isn't moving. It's the cursor's stuck in the top right hand corner. Oh no. Top left hand. Oh man. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, that didn't ruin it. Oh man, it's already an hour into this video and freaking that did not go as planned. Nothing is going as planned. All right, BIOS screen. Are you gonna go into Windows 7 for me? Just have a cursor that doesn't move and nothing else, which I was having this issue before. There we go. Installation was not successful. Do not restart my computer. Okay, changes made during the installation process are being undone. Fair enough. Now the mouse isn't working, but you can clearly see it's loading. I'm not even through the first operating system, man. What's going on? Are you gonna roll back to Windows 8? Because that's not really what I wanted. Okay, it's going into Windows 8. Just fair. Dang it. Okay. Okay. I put it on the installation. If I can't use a mouse, this is gonna be super frustrating. I just want my freaking mouse to work. That's all I want. Okay, I'm back after several hours of trying to figure this all out, and I am just going to have to call this video a total failure. So I spent all of my time trying to investigate, why am I getting this error message that you can't find the drivers? What does that exactly mean? What drivers do you need? And apparently it has to relate with SATA drivers that the operating system needs in order to install itself. Well, I go ahead and I download these SATA drivers that are connected with this Maximus 9 Formula Z270 motherboard, and nothing. Doesn't work. Windows Vista doesn't allow it, Windows 7 doesn't allow it, so I think to myself, okay, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try and do not what I wanted to do, but install Windows 7 from the Windows 8 operating system that's already installed. I get through part of the process and it crashes. Okay, that must have been a fluke. Retry it and it crashes again. So I really don't know where to go from there. Try Windows Vista, try to do it the exact same way, and nothing. Nothing, just will not work. All right, after that, it's time to install XP, right? Well, apparently you can't install XP from a more recent operating system, so trying to do that from Windows 8 isn't going to happen. Oh, and I want to try and install it from the BIOS again. Blank. Nothing but a flashing underscore. Nothing. I know that Hardware Unboxed has done a video where he shows successfully that Windows 7 is running on his Pentium chip. Unfortunately here, I can't get the drivers that are necessary in order to install Windows 7. Windows 8 worked like a charm. You can check the video out that I mentioned earlier, and it just automatically did everything. Now I try to do that with Windows 7. It says I don't have the right drivers. I try to install the right drivers. I even tried to use the slipstreaming method where I put the drivers into the boot file itself and still would not work. Can't get Windows 7, Windows Vista, or even Windows XP to take on this Kaby Lake CPU, which actually doesn't even have anything to do with the CPU itself, since it still uses an x86 instruction set, so it still technically supports all of those operating systems. And I would even guess that if you have Windows 7 installed on a disk already, you can plug it into your new Kaby Lake system. And I've had plenty of comments on my previous video that have said that they've gotten Windows 7 to work perfectly. So take the Windows 7 one with a grain of salt, but I mean, it does illustrate one of the issues that's gonna come from installing brand new hardware with legacy software. There's no driver support. Yes, I can download drivers for Windows 8 and assume that they work for Windows 7, but most of the things that I needed drivers for here were Windows 8 drivers, not Windows 7. Windows 7 is not supported. So I can't necessarily draw any definitive conclusions since I had no spare installs of Windows 7 lying around, no spare installs of Windows Vista lying around, and no spare installs of Windows XP lying around for me to just pop a drive in to see how it's going to work. But I can say Windows 8 and Windows 10 are probably going to be your best bet. I know people have personal choices when it comes to why they do or do not want to install those particular operating systems, but I would check out that Hardware Unboxed video right there where he shows Windows 7's working perfectly. But I also think this illustrates what Microsoft was getting at with their it's not supported language when it comes to Kaby Lake. I can't find drivers for this. I can't actually fix the issue that I'm having with trying to install this. So it's going to be a crapshoot whether or not you're going to be able to install the particular operating system that you actually want. I can't contact anybody at Microsoft and say, hey, I want a Windows Vista driver so that I can actually install it. And as much as people want to hold on to their legacy operating systems with Windows 7, there is the brutal reality that other technology is marching forward, companies aren't going to develop the drivers for it, and you're going to be stuck in a situation like this where you may want to completely do a fresh install of Windows 7 on your new Kaby Lake CPU. You had it running fine before, you go to install it and bam, you can't. So obviously take this video with a grain of salt. It's not completely definitive. I can't say that it won't work because there are other videos showing that it does, but I can't get it to work. I have literally spent 7 to 8 hours on this video, and I have gotten no further in that time period. I mean, you guys are free to leave comments down below suggesting what I should have done, but I guarantee you I looked through the annals of the internet and I really couldn't even find anything that was helping. I did my best. I messed with the boot file. I made sure that the drives were in the correct GPT or MBR formatting. I checked out everything that I needed to, and this is the video. I have a blank screen on a Windows Vista install. I do have a cursor, so that's nice. There's a cursor right there. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this video. Like this video if you found it informative at all. Dislike it if you thought you know, there's something that I should have done differently that I didn't even think of, fair enough. Sure, subscribe to stay up to date on all of my tech-related content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.